Hello, good morning, my dear students. This is Thiru sir, your English teacher. So, welcome to the online classes of Sri Eknath Rao Khadse Talent English Medium School, Muktanagar. So, dear students, today we are going to discuss Unit 3 prose part. That is, lesson name is Thoreau's Reward. Got it? Actually, this is very interesting point of China prose. Is very interesting lessons that you can understand very properly and easily, I hope. So, without let any, we will start the lessons, right? First, Thoreau's Reward. First, we are going to discuss the definition, the title given the Thoreau's Reward. So, due to this, we can understand in these lessons we can understand that how a son loving to their parents. So, these themes has been described in these lessons that you can understand, and we will read the lessons now. A young woodcutter named Thoreau lived with his mother and father on a lonely hillside. All day long he chopped wood in the forest. Though he worked very hard, he earned very little money. This made him sad, for he was a thoughtful son and wanted to give his old parents everything they need. So here what happens? It is very small. In a small village, Thoreau named one person living with his father and mother. He was very hard worker. He do day night work, but still he is getting very little money to survive. And this is very making very sad. Whom? To the Thoreau. One evening when Thoreau and his parents were sitting in a corner of their hut, a strong wind began to blow. It whistled through the cracks of his hut, and everyone felt very cold. Suddenly, Thoreau's father said, "I wish I had a cup of sake. It would warm me and do my hurt good." So one day what happens, it was blown a big wind that was very strong and very speed. So when it blew, everybody are sitting inside the rooms, but they're feeling very cold. Suddenly his father said that he need a cup of sake. Sake means it's one type of liquid which is very costly. Means very highly rich people generally used to drink. So he said that I need that sake, that I can feel good and my heart will be good. This made Thoreau sadder than ever, for the heartwarming drink called sake was very expensive. Just I said you before, it is very expensive. How do I earn more money? He asked himself. How do I get a little sake for my poor old father? He decided to work harder than before. Then at one, his father said that I need sake, a cup of sake. But that was very expensive. How can I will get? The son is thinking that how I can get a cup of sake. So I have to do more work than before. He's thinking and go ahead. Next morning, Thoreau jumped out of bed earlier than usual and made his way to the forest. He chopped and cut as the sun climbed. Chopped means to make pieces. Okay. Chopped and cutting is did until sunset. Then after, and soon he was so warm that he had to take off his jacket. Means his body became so hot. His mouth was dry and his face was wet with sweats. My poor old father, he thought, if only he was as warm as I. Then after, he felt so hot and he felt thirsty, but he reminded his father's views, and with that he began to chop even faster, thinking of extra money he must earn to buy the sake to warm the old man's bones. So he thought one man thinking, after thinking again he started his work, that how can I will get the extra money today and I will satisfy to my father. He did the same and he go ahead. Then suddenly Taro stopped chopping. What was that sound he heard? So suddenly he heard some sound. He stopped his work and he started to listen the sound. Could it be? Could it possible be rushing water? Here, where is it? Is it possible that water running here? He is thinking himself. Taro could not remember every seeing or hearing a rushing stream in that part of the forest. He was thirsty. The axe dropped out of his hand and he ran to the direction of the sound. But all the places of the forest he moved, that it is impossible that the water rushing here. Still, though he is thirsty, he feeling thirsty, he left the axe and he started to move toward the sound, where the sound is coming from. Taro saw a beautiful little waterfall hidden behind a rock. Kneeling at the place where water flowed quietly, he coughed a little in his hand and put it to his lips. Was it water? Or was it sake? He tasted it again and again, and always it was the delicious sake instead of cold water. So then what happens when the sounds came? He went the direction of the sounds, and when he reached there, he saw a little springs come, means waterfall, just leaking the water. When he saw the water is very slowly it is going. So then after he kneeling the places and he started to drink. When a cup means a handful water he drank, he was surprised. And he was confused that it is water or it is a sake. And he tested again and again to confirm it. At last he confirmed that yes, it is a sake, it is a delicious sake. Then after, Taro quickly filled the pitcher he had with him and hurried home. The old man was delighted with the sake. After only one swallow of liquid, he stopped shivering and did a little dance in the middle of the floor. Then after, what happens? When he confirmed that it is a sake, then after, patch means one small bag, he filled the bag and ran to the house. And he gave to his father. When he drank a little of cup, his shivering, everything has stopped. He became so well. And he started to dance middle of the room. Who started the dance? Taru's father. That afternoon, a neighbor stopped by for a visit. Taru's father politely offered her a cup of the sake. The lady drank it greedily and thanked the old man. Then Taro told her the story of the magic waterfall. Thanking them for all the delicious drink, she left in a hurry. By the nightfall, she had spread the story throughout the whole village. My God. So then after what happens, they drank and they're satisfied for that. In that evening, a neighbor came to his house, and the old man offered a cup of sake to her, and she also drank very gladly, happily. And the Taro said all the matters, what happens in the forest, each and everything he explained to the old man. The woman spread it throughout the village by that night. Then after what happens? That evening there was a long procession of visitors to the watercutter's house. Each man heard the story of the waterfall and took a sip of the sake. In less than 1 hour, the pitcher was empty. Means after listening, all the members, they started to come to the woodcutter's house. Those are coming per persons. They are getting one sip of the sip means what? 1 sip, 2 sip, like that. So sip, 1 mouthful of water. So every person taking 1 sip and listening the stories, and they're going. Within 1 hour, the pitch is already completed. At the back of sake completed. Next morning, Taro started for work even earlier than the morning before. He carried with the larger pitcher he owned, for he intended first of all to go to the waterfall. When he reached it, he found to his great surprise all his neighbors there. They were carrying pitchers, jar, bucket, anything they could find to hold the magic sake. Then one villager knelt and held his mouth under the waterfall to drink. He drank again and again, and then shouted angrily, "Water, nothing but water." Others also tried, but there was no sake, only cold water. So then what happens, friends? After listening all the members, in the earlier, they went to the waterfall. So the woodcutter means Taro, as usual, when he has to go, at the same time, as usual time, he started his journey to the towards the forest, and he decided to go first to see the waterfall. So when he reached the waterfall, there are plenty of people, those who are neighbors of Taro. They are waiting with jar, bucket, pieces, everything, whatever they got from the house, everything they took to carry the sake. One person's kneeling and drinking, but when he drank, he felt that is water, not a sake. He angrily again and again he drank, but nothing but water. Except water, there is nothing else. Then after he became confused and he got angry. There is no sake, there is only water. "We have been tricked," shouted the villagers. "Where is Taro? Let us drown him in this waterfall." But Taro had been wise enough to slip behind a rock. When he saw how things were going, he was nowhere to be found. Then after, they are angrily searching to Taro's. "Where is Taro? Bring it him here. He made false to us. He made fun upon us, cheated us. Bring him here. We'll give the punishment to him." All the villagers got so angry. But Taro was so intelligent person, so he lied just beside the hillsides and silently listening. Mutter their anger and disappointment, The villagers left the place one by one. Taro came out from his hiding place. Was it true? He wondered. Was the sake a dream? Once more he cut a little liquid in his hand and put it to his lips. It was same, fine sake. To the thoughtful son, the magic waterfall gave the delicious sake. To everyone else, it gave only cold water. Then after what happens? By angrily, every person's more disappointed by the Taro. Then after, one by one, they left the places. After everybody, when they left the places, then after slowly he came from his hiding place, and again he went to the waterfall, and he thought, what really are the peoples are getting water? How it is possible? Again he tasted once again. But when he tasted, he found sake, not water. Then after he could understand that, I think it is only for me for sake, but other people for water. Then after he decided what is going on there. The story of Taro and his magic waterfall reached the Emperor of Japan. He sent for the young woodcutter and rewarded him with 20 pieces of gold for having been so good and kind. Then he named the most beautiful fountain city after Taro. This said the emperor was to encourage all children to honor and obey their parents. Then after, the king of the Japan came to know about Taro's kind and good work, and about his responsibility for his parents. He became so happy and he became so proud of Taro's. Then after he recalled and he gave reward to him, to his kindness. Then after he, by his name, he made a big cities, and the city name was Taro. He made the name Taro. And he also said that this is the inspirations of present peoples, that how the parents, how the children must take care to their parents like Taro. So he encouraged to all the honor and obey their parents. So in this way he rewarded to the Taro. So dear students, this lesson has been completed. I hope you understand better. Got it? So write this question answer, everything. And from this lesson we came to know that how we have to take care of our parents when they are sick. Now we are small kids, they are taking care to us, yes or not? When we are become big and they become older, at that time we have to take care of them. That is our responsibility. From this lesson we came to know these things, that we have to take care of our parents when they are sick to us. So dear students, I hope you understand better. Education is not important. Our cultures, our tradition, our responsibility also very, very important. I hope you understand. Okay, thank you.